Hey everyone, today we are unboxing and flipping through Wisdom of the Oracle. Hi everyone, welcome back to Living by the F Word. Thank you so much for clicking on this video and joining me for probably one of my lengthiest, trying to say that without tongue tying, one of my lengthiest videos as far as unboxing goes. And the reason being is the week that I was filming this unboxing, there was so much going on. I mean, it was like really crazy. I talked about it in another video. It was just one thing after another. And what ended up happening was, as I was flipping through these cards, all of my favorite numbers seemed to have a message for me. So it was really like a magical moment where, because I'd never obviously looked at these cards before, brand new to this Oracle deck, and I felt like it was just so interesting and amazing that all my favorite numbers that I was mentioning seemed to have the messages I had to hear for that particular week in time. So after I do the flip through, I go through, I think, 5 cards, 5 of my favorite numbers. And then I also do like a pick a card for you to pick. So I will put timestamps if you want to jump around and just look at the flip through or look at, the 5 cards I picked out based off of my favorite numbers or so forth. Feel free to hop around and watch whatever you like. And this is by Colette Baron-Reid, and I do go over that, but she is a very, very well-known Oracle deck creator and Oracle herself. She has her own YouTube channel and has a lot of information. So I've been dying to get one of her decks, and this one was just so much fun. So since this is already such a long video, let me just introduce myself real quick. I'm Jess. I'm a fine artist, flight attendant, and festival enthusiast, and I talk about F words here on my channel. I also talk about card divination, tarot, oracle, Lenormand, whatever you like to do as far as cards go. I talk about it here too. So if you're into any of that, please consider liking this video and please consider subscribing and joining my community. I would love to have you here. Without further ado, let's get to the table and to the cards. Hey friends, welcome to the table. I just poured myself a cup of tea, and it's kind of a cloudy, dreary day here in New Jersey, so I wanted to unbox an Oracle deck, of course. I'm really into unboxings lately. When I'm feeling down, I really enjoy unboxing decks and looking through them, because typically what I would normally do is I would watch someone else's channel and watch their unboxings, which I still love to do as well, because I just love seeing what other people think of the decks and how they connect with them and the imagery, and pretty much just what they feel about the artwork, or if they feel like they can't really connect with it, stuff like that. So it started out raining today. It's still kind of dreary. I have a lot of stuff going on the technical side with my laptop and external hard drives and a bunch of things not working. So I poured myself a cup of tea, and I'm gonna unbox today the Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron-Reid. So I'm really excited for this one. Colette Baron-Reid has so many decks. She has so many decks. She has her own YouTube channel as well, where she talks about cards and Oracle cards for the week. And on some people's, on their videos on their channel for Oracle deck collections, there have been people that say that they love this deck. They absolutely connect with it. They resonate with it. They love the imagery. It's whimsical. It's, otherworldly and stuff like that. So I've never watched a full flip through of this deck. I have seen some channels work with it. And so we're gonna flip through it right now. But first I'm gonna take a sip of my tea, if you don't mind. All right, so this was another deck that I got from the Hay House publishers. They were having 50% off their entire site. So I've mentioned it before, but I basically got 3 Oracle decks, and this is one of them, and I got 2 new books. I love the boxing for Hay House decks because they are so sturdy. They aren't gonna get a lot of wear and tear, as much wear and tear as a tuck box. So, yeah. All right, wow. So, first of all, this is a 52 card deck and guidebook. This guidebook, look how thick this guidebook is. Oh my gosh. It's pretty thick. I mean, compared to, let me just grab this one, the Work Your Light. Oops, those are from the reading I did. I mean, if you, in comparison, do you see the thickness? It's almost double. So, wow, there's gonna be a lot of information, which I would expect from Colette Baron-Reid because, I mean, this is her life. So this is like my first deck by her. In fact, let me just read you her bio since I'm talking about her so much. So Colette Baron-Reid is an internationally respected spiritual intuitive, psychic medium, educator, and oracle expert. She's the founder of Oracle School, and her best-selling books and oracle cards are published worldwide in 27 languages. She is the founder of Oracle School, a global online learning platform with students in 26 countries, where self-empowerment, co-creation, and ancient oracles meet in a modern contemporary way. Colette is also the creator of the energy psychology technique, the Envision Process website, ColetteBaronReid.com. And for the back, it says here, which I don't know if it, let's see. No, it's a different than the box, so I'll read. So the back of the guidebook says, Wisdom of the Oracle is a symbolic language and dialogue system, a set of 52 cards based on intricately blended ancient divination tools. The Oracle whose face gazes out from every card is acting as an intermediary between you and spirit, telling you about your fate and destiny. This guidebook will allow you to interpret her messages about all aspects of your journey, with over 250 independent meanings that can speak to an unlimited number of circumstances. The Wisdom of the Oracle divination cards are waiting for you to consult them so you may receive answers and know the way forward to peace, purpose, prosperity, and love. And then the back of the box says, Colette Baron-Reid has expertly blended elements of traditional tarot and other ancient divination tools into a sacred communication system. Wisdom of the Oracle whose face gazes out from every card acts as, okay, so it is the same. It's just like a condensed. Basically, on the back of the guidebook, you have a separate bio for Colette Baron-Reid and the guide and description of the cards, and this basically is a condensed version of this on the back of the box. So we will not repeat that. Okay. So you could see unboxing for the first time. I've decided to, after I slit the actual box for my Secret Self-Care Oracle, I decided that I would not unwrap the plastic wrap on film anymore. I don't know if that matters to anyone, but I was kind of like, okay, I think that I am done with that. All right, so we have the backs here. Look at that face in the center, pretty cool. Really pretty. Let's see, they should be, I feel like they should be in order. Oh wow, they're really thick. Oh, that's really interesting. They are not in alphabetical order. That is a first for me. Oh, also on the back, I didn't even notice, it says ask and no, ask and no, ask and no, like in the circle. I don't think my camera will focus it that well, but basically right here. Pretty cool. I might have my light on too bright. I mean, it is daylight out, but okay, so that's really interesting that it's not in alphabetical order. And I'm not sure if there's a reason behind that. I'm trying to find the table of contents here. Okay, so they are in order for how she has the table of contents here. She has Yang as the first card. So I'm just gonna flip through them in order as they are in the guidebook for the table of contents, but they're not in alphabetical order. They're numbered, and then they're not in alphabetical order. Most Oracle decks that I've seen typically are in some type of setup. So sometimes they're in alphabetical order, sometimes they're not. So she may have a reasoning behind this setup that I don't understand yet, because obviously it's my first time looking at them. So we will go from the top. Oh, duh. I guess I could have just known that it was in order because card number 1. I didn't even see the card there. Okay. So we have Yang as number 1. And there's like a face in there as well. It might be hard to see some of the collage style art. I might have to get rid of this light. Okay. Wow, these are really thick. They're kind of sticking together. Okay, so then we have Yin. They're really, you could see they're glossy too because everything is reflecting off of it. Sorry for any type of glare. I'm gonna do my best with the lighting and the auto-focusing. Number 3 is Between Worlds. I really love the contrast with this one. Black and white and color. Super interesting. Number 4 is Higher Power. Number 5 is Orphaned, which looks pretty sad to me. I love the flag work though. I think there's a few cards that have that, but this is super interesting card. Okay, so this is a person, but it's like a bird. It's a bird's nest, but you could tell it looks like a female figure, and you could see that it's like a bird head in a nest, and then there's like a face there's like lots of trippy faces in her artwork. It's really cool because she has a ton of Oracle decks. She has crystal ones and a bunch that have faces in them. And this is my first deck I have of hers, so I'm really excited to work with this one. Okay, we have Not For You. So it looks like a tray of food, but it's a fortune cookie and it says nope in the middle. The fortune says nope. And it's a game of chess, and imagine getting that for a love reading. Nope. Yikes. Okay. We have To the Sea. Oh, this glare might be a problem with these cards, huh? I'm gonna try to put my camera on manual focus. Okay. So we have To the Sea. Community. So we have two giraffes and birds and leaves, and once again we have that hidden face in there. I don't know, there's something whimsical about these little flags. And I love that it's just one word, or, you know, a keyword basically. I'm really big into decks that have just one word and you can kind of like interpret it for what you want. You could of course consult the guidebook if you want to, but number 9 is Treasure Island. It's really pretty with the starfish and the hearts floating around. Unfinished Symphony. Unfinished Symphony is number 10. We have music notes, piano keys, looks like a jester, a female jester with a violin of some sort. By the book. Can be very straightforward. They're in a straight line. There's that face again in the cloth. How cool. Super cool, these hidden faces. I really, really enjoy it. We have a change in the wind. North, south, east, west, crescent moon, zebra. Really beautiful. Also, I can already tell that having my camera, my lens off of the autofocus is really helping. So I want to give a shout out to Angel Chavez who suggested that. He's another YouTuber, but I highly doubt he'll watch this video because it's about Oracle cards, but he might. So if he does, I just want to give him a shout out because he suggested to take it off the autofocus. So of course that's working much better. So here we have Fork in the Road, which is number 13. 13 is one of my favorite numbers. 13, 3, 7, and 37. I really like odd numbers for some reason, but which path are you gonna take? Really interesting. They are just beautiful cards though. Truth be told. In the center of this owl, you have that window open with a lot of hearts. It kind of looks like petals, but they're shaped like hearts flying out. We also have like a mask down here, like masquerade. So it's gonna be really awesome to find out what these mean, because the imagery is really playful, and I feel like you can really make up your own meaning based off of what you think the imagery is, but that thick guidebook really is gonna probably throw some curveballs at me. We have Message in a Bottle, number 15. With a stork, and there's that old telephone inside the bottle. It's really, really cool. All that glitters. Shiny stuff, beautiful. Ooh, look how pretty she is. Wow, she's beautiful. The Fates. She's like a fairy. I love her hair, how it's kind of like pointed up, or it looks like it's kind of blowing. I'm not sure which, but this is like the first human figure, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe I missed it because I'm just, of course, all goo eyes, because I'm just like, new cards. Okay, we did have the Higher Power, which was another human, but really Higher Power looked like kind of like an angel. She looks like the first human. All right, now we have Serendipity. Four-leaf clover. A whole clover field. Flexible. Lots of strength to do that. It's always been a goal of mine, is to be able to do a handstand, and I still haven't built that type of strength up. Okay, we have Imagine. There is a figure there in the center, almost reaching towards a string on that moon. Clean it up. We have Blessed. Looks like a what is it, like a conch shell that she's sitting in, and another fairy. So we have the Dove for Peace, number 23. Time for a nap. I love this one. I've seen this one before in other tarot channel readings where they use oracle decks with the tarot readings, and I've seen this before, and it's just totally adorable. It's a little fox sleeping on the moon. So cute. Round and round. Feathers are really pretty with that. So I need you guys to let me know if you prefer it to be, if you prefer my camera set up like this where it's on manual focus so that when I bring the card up to the camera it focuses. I think it's way better this way. The only downside of it is if I bring, everything is going to be out of focus obviously, and if I'm talking about something, you know, unless I have the card up here, you're not going to be able to see what I'm talking about. So happy, happy, smiley, smiley. Wow. Okay. I need to find the right spot. There we go. I wonder if, because I think this is a collage deck, if that is a photo of, if these are photos of real people that the artist knows. It's super fun. Exchanging gifts. Oh my gosh, my sister would probably die when she sees this one. My sister loves cats. So cute. So we have a gift box. They're trading gifts. So fun. Building blocks. Breathe. Yeah, I need to do that. I don't know about everyone else, but I'm filming this during the full moon in Pisces, Virgo season. It's the beginning of September. It has been a rough one for me. It has been a rough week. I am trying my best to remain positive, but it's really hard when one thing after another keeps happening. So I totally could relate to that last card about just taking a deep breath. Tick tock. I love that. It's like the clock is getting carried away by this balloon, and I don't know if the hands are trying to grasp it, like it's getting away, or is it letting it go? Is it letting time go? Yeah. So we have why. This is a gorgeous deck. I am really fascinated with the artwork. It's beautiful. But I know I say that about a lot of the decks I unbox because, well, I wanted them for a reason. Of course, I was attracted to the art. I purchase all these myself to collect, and I've been collecting tarot for a couple years now. And then I just recently this year really got into collecting oracles. So now I have a mixture of both. And I also have a couple of Norman decks too. So I'm really just loving the artwork, and I'm looking forward to working with a mixture of cards. But I need to stop buying cards. It has gotten out of control, like the amount I've purchased all within such a short period. So we have here and now, past, future, and the little flag up top says you are here. She doesn't look very happy, this young girl. Let me see if I could focus her. So now I probably messed up my whole focus that I had going on. Ay, ay, ay. It's hard to see her, but she looks a little sad. But this, if I could guess anything about this card, it's about being present. You know, she's holding a flag that says you are here. So, you know, remain present, stop thinking about the past, stop thinking about the future, just live your life in the present and roll with it is what I would go with for that one. Yay. Chaos and conflict. It's giraffe, zebra on a horse. Whew, it's so cool looking. I would love to see that animal in real life. But yeah, confusion maybe, or conflict, yeah. Chaos and conflict. Number 33, oop. That's funny. I said my numbers before were 13, 3, and 7, and so double 3, chaos and conflict. Okay. Here we have a leg up. Oh. I'm not sure if you could even fully grasp how beautiful these cards are in these videos. I'm trying to get it as big as possible for you, but it's really hard to see the detail on the camera. I love these little hidden faces though. It's kind of cool. Loyal heart. That's me. I feel like I'm a very extra loyal person. Okay, we have come to the edge. There's my number, 37, never ending story. This is actually everything I'm feeling this entire week. Oh my gosh. I'm not sure when I'll be uploading this, but just know that it has been a painful week for me. Lots of stress, and it feels like it's never ending is honestly the truth. And I said before 37. You know what? At the end, I'm gonna pull my favorite numbers out of this deck before we shuffle, just so I can maybe touch upon those cards. Maybe it's trying to tell me something. We have To Be Fair. So this is the cover of the box. We have, let's see, we have a fortune cookie that says hope. It's very small. I doubt you could see it on the camera. And then it looks like an egg in the other hand. Not hand, but in the, on this side it looks like an egg, and this is like a fortune cookie. New life. Wonder why some of them have the flags and some of them don't. Okay, so number 40 is co-create. A lot going on here. An owl, jaguar, and then an egg kind of jaguar with the face. Oh, I love penguins. Soulmates. Okay. That might end up being a favorite, but quite honestly, I think once I start working with them, I'll be able to tell which ones are some of my favorites. So adorable. Those are emperor penguins. There's a key. Chop wood. Oh, I forgot about my tea. Oh. It's about that time again where I start drinking tea a lot. Deep knowing. Lots of owls in this deck. Looks like the moon and the sun, but it can't be the sun. Maybe it is the sun. Some type of planet. I'll find out. Thinker. Yeah. Deep in thought, that's for sure. Time to go. Oh, these are going to be so much fun to add to readings with that little extra boost of what you need to know. Regeneration. Go the distance. Poised. Observer. And we have another fox and crescent moon. So I think it was Take a Nap had the fox and crescent moon sleeping. This is observer. Wow. I love this one. No Place Like Home. Number 50. This really reminds me of my mother, actually, because the way the home is hanging on that iron rod, it just reminds me of something she would do with like a decoration or something. And I love my home. I do. I'm a big homebody, so this quarantine hasn't bothered me as much as it has other people. But I mean, it is starting to get a little old, I guess you could say. Milk and Honey. And the last card is Mending. Got that glare there. I can't tell if being on the autofocus is better. I feel like this is easier to get it in focus. Okay, now let me see if I could, oops, focus on the table. I want to pull out my numbers and see what they are, because I had said I have favorite numbers, and then these numbers kind of, it seems like what's going on in my life this week, so I just kind of want to bring it out. Okay, we have 37. I'm going to do 33, Chaos and Conflict. And then we're going to do 13, like I said, was Fork in the Road. Seven, To the Sea, and 3, Between Worlds. They are really like stuck together. They're super glossy too. I think I typically go for like matte finish cards, but these are really okay. So I have 3, 7, 13, 33, and 37, just because, like I said, 3 and 7 are some of my favorite numbers. I also like the number 13 and 37. These are just all of my like go-to numbers, I guess, and I just want to see what they have to say. Now, I'm wondering if I bring them here, you could still see them. Just bear with me with all these, because I'm really trying to find a system that works for myself and you as a viewer. I came up with this setup and I really enjoy it, just because I have the camera off to the side, and then I'm seated in a chair, and so I feel like I am comfortable, you know, being able to read everything here as it is, and then, you know, you could still see, hopefully, is what I'm hoping for. I could zoom in a little bit too, but I think it's fine. I think that I'm looking at the viewfinder and I think that it'll be fine. Okay, so Let's look up number 3, which is Between Worlds. Page 8. Should I hold it for you? So number 3, Between Worlds, essential meanings, transitions, not being quite out of one situation and fully engaged in another, temporary blindness, no man's land. The Oracle message, Between the Worlds is where you must let go of the tendency to make assumptions. This is a time when you are unable to see what is ahead. Cultivate curiosity and trust the process of change and growth. You are done learning the lessons of recent experiences. In this place between what was and what will be is a state of making the unmaking and making again. What is essential now is to admit not knowing. There is a great freedom and power to be unleashed. A mystery that is not yours to understand weaves the web of life within a divine matrix of consciousness greater than your own thoughts, feelings, beliefs, desires, and decisions. The seeds that were planted in the past begin to take root, but what surfaces will probably not be what you expect. When you are between the worlds, you are invited to see with the curious eyes of a child glimpsing a rainbow for the first time. Do so and you will not be disappointed. And it says I'm going to put it down for now, relationship message. This is a time to explore the new energy between you and another. It is not a moment for certainty, but rather for discovery and curiosity. You don't yet know if this will last forever, so allow yourself to explore who you are and what is reflected back to you. This relationship is meant to educate you about yourself. What do you need? What do you like or dislike? What values are important to you? You are in a critical phase of your relationship that is not to be dismissed or hurried. And then we have also a prosperity message and a protection message. The prosperity message says, in your work, sometimes you try things that have worked for others, hoping that you too will be successful. When the symbol appears, it reminds you that sometimes the path to your prosperity is a gamble. Win or lose, you can learn much from what comes of your wager. It's a good time to bet on your skills and talents in new and different arenas. Remain curious, and with the right combination of timing and luck, you will stumble upon something golden that will be unlike anything you've known before. And the protection message is, be mindful of your expectations. This is not a time for guarantees. Things will not go exactly as you plan or dictate. Let go and see what Spirit has in store. What takes hold in your life will be better than you can imagine. So this is interesting to me because I probably am receiving my company furlough letter today. I know it's coming, and there's a lot of things that have been going on in my life where I feel like I have been having to spend money in a time where I really want to be saving, and there's just like a lot of transition and unknowns, and that's what the Between Worlds means to me. I don't think this has anything to do with any type of relationship. Like, I'm not even in a relationship, so I feel like this really has to do with my work right now. Let go of the tendency to make assumptions. What is essential now is to admit not knowing, and that's true. Like, I don't know what's gonna happen. Like, I might have to find another job. I am trying new things on my YouTube channel that I don't know if they're gonna work for me or not. So that's really interesting. Let's see what card 7 says. So for card 7, which is to the sea, and I'll bring it closer for you and focus it up real quick again. So it looks like a fairy, and she kind of looks a little discouraged, and there's like an arrow pointing this way, which is the way she's sailing, and then there's binoculars behind her, and there is that face image there. So let's see what it has to say. Number 7, which is going to be on page 24. All right, so we have the essential meanings. Being in flow, returning to source, recognizing how pieces fit together, a natural pattern of events. The oracle message is, isn't it wonderful when you feel yourself in the flow of life, when events and conditions seem to engage you in a way that is fluid and effortless? This card reminds you that going with the flow is exactly what you need to do right now. Ride the wave of opportunity formed by perfect conditions. Allow trust and faith to guide you forward as you flow like a river into the sea of life. The relationship message says there are points in a relationship when you have to decide to go with the flow rather than dictate the course you share with another. Can you let go of the need to have things your way and allow the relationship itself, your combined goals and desires, to steer the ship? Can you both transcend your personalities and allow the partnership to form its own identity, its own energy? Now is the time to relax and see where this mutual journey leads. The prosperity message says, everything seems to work out when you stop scrambling and allow the sea of opportunities to wash over you and wake you up to your most prosperous potential. To get into that flow, you need to address your beliefs about abundance and money. The true meaning of your personal currency lies in your skills, your talents, and abilities, and most important, your core beliefs. Everything flows from your inner world, and it's reflected in the outer one. When grateful to serve, you align your prosperity consciousness with a higher consciousness. You can expect miracles. Everything you need will come to you easily. Protection message says, when external conditions appear to block every attempt to move forward, there is no hidden message for you to decipher. Like the ocean, the tides of experience ebb and flow. You are in a natural cycle, so know that things will flow again in due course. There is no cause for alarm. Stop resisting and fighting against the situation and learn to flow. Even when the tide is going out, relax and trust in the abundance that will soon be within your reach again. An ancient mariner's saying applies to you now. When fishermen cannot go to sea, they stay home and repair their nets. Yeah, so I mean, I definitely feel like there's been a lot of blockages this week. Like I said before, I do feel like things have kind of just been one thing after another for me. It was just absolute craziness, like my camera breaking, had to get a new camera, then my external hard drive was full, trying to transfer things to a new external hard drive didn't work. I want to edit a video, about Burning Man, because it's the week I normally would be at Burning Man, and I haven't been able to edit because I have all these other sources, like all these other things going on that I feel are taking up so much of my time that I didn't account for. So maybe I really do just need to flow with this and ride with this, because there's that saying, this too shall pass, and I'm hoping that it will. I mean, I know that it will. I'm not hoping that it will, but I know that it will. But when you're in that moment and it's just constant, I don't know, issues, it definitely can be hard. I'll say that. Okay, so we did Between Worlds to the Sea. Now number 13 is Fork in the Road. If you guys don't remember what it looks like, I'm gonna bear with me as I focus this for you. There we go. Beautiful card. I really love this one. All right, let's see what number 13 has to say. And typically, I don't know, with Oracle decks, I would never pull this many cards because it's like too much information. I would maybe like pull a couple with tarot cards, but I don't think I'd ever do a reading with this many. I just wanted to because I felt like as I was flipping through them and I was saying my favorite numbers, it seemed like the messages were actually like for me in this moment, and so that's why I'm doing this right now. So let's see, number 13, Fork in the Road, page 49. The essential meanings: time to make a decision, considering the consequences as you prepare to act, owning up to your obligation to make a necessary choice. Oracle's message: every choice has a consequence. You have arrived at the fork in the road and are being asked to come to a decision. Will you further your dreams by choosing left or by choosing right? Will you take the road less traveled or the one well worn by others who have come before you? This is your choice and yours alone to make. Circumstances and other people will not make it for you. Be present and do not avoid this junction, for it is an important crossroads. Take heart, as no matter which path you choose, you will have a rich and meaningful experience. That's a nice ending to that little question there. No matter which path you choose, you will have a rich and meaningful experience. That makes me feel a little better. All right, so then we have relationship message. You've reached a moment of truth in the evolution of your relationship. Which will you choose? To open up to the possibility of love, or to remain isolated, to go deeper and commit to mutual passion, or to walk away? This is a time to take responsibility for your truest desire and follow it. Be honest with yourself about what you're willing to do, invest, and give, then choose. You cannot make a wrong choice. If you move forward with a relationship, know that it will be based in truth and authenticity. You will have made a conscious decision rather than simply hanging on because you don't want to be alone, or ending things because you're afraid of the intensity of genuine connection. All roads lead to the lessons you must learn in your relationships. Regardless of the decision you make, it will place you on the path to a truer experience of the heart. You know, it's interesting because I'm not in a relationship right now, but I almost feel like that has to do a lot with my relationship to creativity, because I really am kind of tossing and turning with ideas as to where I want to take my YouTube channel. My YouTube channel, I always just wanted to share my passions. That was like my biggest, that was the goal, was just to share whatever I wanted to share. Of course, I share a lot of F words. I'm living by the F word. That's been my brand for a few years now, and most of my passions are F words. Now, of course, tarot and oracle and all that, that's not an F word, but I mean, look at the artwork. It's fine art to me. I think reading cards is a type of art. You know, and I've always just said that I just want to share whatever the F I want on my blog and my channel. And so, you know, here we are, but I'm kind of feeling torn whether I should sign up to take a class to advance my animation skills. I kind of want to have animation on my channel. I also kind of am feeling like if I lose my job, I should start selling things. I mean, there's people that are still buying rave and festival fashion right now, and which is interesting since festivals aren't going on, but people are doing at-home photo shoots. And so I have been thinking, oh, maybe I should create, you know, some hats and everything. I just feel I feel very fork in the road when it comes to my creativity. You know, I want to do it all, but it's very time consuming to do it all. So what do you do, you know? That's kind of where I'm at with that one. Okay, let's keep going with fork in the road. The prosperity message is, you've come as far as you can on this part of your journey, and now you're faced with a choice. Inherent in this choice is the need for change, for evolution, and for a bettering of your circumstances. Narrow it down to just a single question. Who do I need to become, and what do I need to believe in order to live a life of prosperity? Answer honestly and from the heart. Then the decision about which way to go will be effortless. Know that abundance is all around you. Choose to see it, and it will be easier to settle on a direction for which way will be made clear by your intuition, which knows how to steer you towards your well-being. Protection message. Indecision is extremely frustrating and will lead to anxiety, loss, and confusion. At this juncture, you can't remain in place without losing your way altogether. Avoid the tendency to let others choose for you, which amounts to a subtle refusal to take responsibility. Don't give your power away, not even to this oracle. By not making a choice, you are making a choice for which you must be accountable. If that choice leads to understandable circumstances that take heart, Spirit never tires of giving you second chances. You can always start again once you've learned this valuable lesson. Okay. Wow. So following up with that, we have number 33, which is chaos and conflict. Also, I noticed these two cards, they don't have the flags. They're earlier numbers. And then these flags, which are kind of all spread out, these all have flags, which is like, they're all like strung together. So we have fork in the road, chaos and conflict, and never ending story, kind of. Okay, so let's look at number 33, which is chaos and conflict. Let's see what that has to say. 124. All right. So we have, for essential meanings, disarray, being at cross purposes with another, the tension of opposites, the value of chaos before order. The Oracle's message, opposing forces come together to create a turbulent atmosphere. Oh, yes, I am 100% in a turbulent atmosphere right now, especially with losing my job as a flight attendant. It's gonna be like so crazy if that actually happens. Like, I'm still very, very hopeful that the CARES Act and payroll support program will get extended and I will still have my job and my benefits for another 6 months, but the clock is ticking and it is definitely a turbulent atmosphere, I will say that. All right, so opposing forces come together to create a turbulent atmosphere, but consider the value of chaoses that serve you well and you become unmoored by it. Scattered to the winds, you leave behind the parts of yourself with no longer need and disperse seeds to reinvent yourself anew. Although the conflict appears to exist externally, its essence is also internal. projected outward and causing disarray. You may find yourself at cross purposes with someone else, facing a storm you feel you can't control. Yep. Yet every storm passes and chaos leads to a reordering of things. Conflict provides a way to see more than one side of a situation. Look upon this as just a moment in time when you may need to take shelter and step away from the fray. Don't be too eager to fight. This is a time to understand rather than be understood. Okay, so the relationship message says, stubbornness is keeping you in a state of opposition. The incessant, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that right. I'm low-key a awful reader and probably should not be reading all this to you, but bear with me. So the incessant need to be right will only serve to prolong the conflict that deep down you want to be resolved. This is an opportune moment to learn about your values, your sense of self, what's really important to you. Some things are non-negotiable. If that's true, it's not necessary to fight. You find a way through the stormy emotions to higher ground. Soon the air will clear and you will be in a much better place than before. For the storm will have passed, blazing a path for new growth in its wake. Things can become electric and enlightened, always better than before, so if you use this time constructively. Prosperity message. Circumstances appear to be chaotic, but everything that is happening now is in truth shaking things up so you can find a real path to your prosperity. Oh my gosh, I just feel like crying right now. Like, this is like all of these are what I really needed to hear, which is just so crazy because I only just picked my favorite numbers, and I just feel like this is everything I needed to hear with everything going on in my life. Breathe. Be reassured that there is a divine purpose in this chaos. Everything that doesn't work is being taken from you, so the truest parts of yourself remain. The events occurring now are essential for your ultimate prosperity. This chaos is divinely inspired, even though it doesn't appear that way now. In time, you will know this to be true. Protection message. This is an advantageous moment to restore order and recognize the opportunity for negotiation. Even in the seeming chaos, there is a kind of divine order, a complete resorting of elements. This is powerful. If your intention is to find the best solution for the highest good of all, there is positive news. The timing is perfect. Things are already stirred up, so don't be afraid to jump into the mix. You'll discover everything you need to know about how this situation affects you long term. Be present in the eye of the chaos. This moment is valuable. Don't waste it. Yeah, I feel like because everything is just like totally chaotic with everything going on in the world and possibly losing my job and all this money I need to be spending. I also need to buy a new car. It's just like I've been completely stressing myself out. Like, how can I afford all this? Like, not how, I don't like to say that. I don't like to put myself in a position where I tell myself I can't afford something, because then you start believing it. And so I've been spending money as if I was not losing my job, but with this possible furlough coming closer and closer, it has felt really like a lot of chaos in my life. Like, I just feel very like torn as to like, what am I going to do? What should I do? Should I be spending money on this class? I'm going to be spending money on a car. Oh my gosh, I just bought a new camera. Oh my gosh, I had to buy all this external hard drive. Like, I'm just like totally freaking myself out, and really like maybe this time off from my job is going to be beneficial to me actually taking a class to improve my editing skills, me actually having more time to work on my YouTube and put out content that I care about. So maybe I feel conflicted because I'm scared of not having an income And I'm not sure what I'm going to do regarding an income, but I don't know. It's basically saying, like, trust the divine, just trust the universe right now. And it's so true. I mean, it really is. So the last card that I pulled, which is 37, another favorite number of mine. Let me flip to the page. So number 37 is the never-ending story, which is on page 139. Essential meaning: self-criticism, the wounded ego, unnecessary dramas. Yeah, I mean, hello. Everything I just vented to you about. You know, I'm just like my own worst enemy sometimes. Oracle's message. There's a story woven through the imperfect fabric of life that tells of hurt and loss, rejection and humiliation, self-loathing and arrogance, and all manner of suffering born of unnecessary dramas. It is the old story whose refrain is that you cannot do this, you must not go there, should not say that, lest your word come crumbling down. Today, know that none of this is actually true. The sky is not falling. The voice you hear is just a small, secret, conditioned part of you that got stuck in the lie, wants to protect you, and needs to be seen as a victim. Love that lost piece of you. Fear is all it knows. Distorted guidance is preventing you from being true to yourself. You are not your story, and the narrator is simply the voice of your heart, of your fearful part, small and vulnerable and easily soothed. Relationship message. Sometimes your heart enters into a contract with another that results in pain, not because of abuse or neglect, but for other more complex reasons. Shame, fear of intimacy, and low self-esteem are the greatest challenges to the success of a relationship. Consider how valuable this knowledge is, however. Right now, you have an opportunity for important healing, but you must reflect on the stories you weave about love, connection, abandonment, rejection, and loneliness. Not only do you need to begin a new story, you need to forgive yourself for telling yourself the old ones. Have compassion for the part of you that believes all those narratives. None of them were ever true anyway. Prosperity message. Fear, envy, procrastination, greed, and the perception of victimhood could all be active in your life at this moment. Are you comparing yourself with others? Yes. Thinking their success should be yours? No, I don't ever wish someone else's successes were mine, but I do feel like I'm struggling to be where I want to be at with certain goals. But I would never wish like that I had someone else's success. But I do wish that I was more successful in a way. Yes. Maybe you're afraid of all the good that is coming your way, so you step out of your lane, totally aware of what you're doing, but seemingly powerless to stop you. Are you back to where you started, or in a situation that reminds you of past failures? Financial insecurity scaring you? Yes. Oh my God, this is so crazy. You must learn to love yourself through missteps and sabotaging moments. Use criticism constructively right now. Better yet, stop telling this story altogether. Make up a new one. The universe loves you deeply and will wait for you to figure that out. Tell a new story and success is all but guaranteed. You can do it. The protection message says, this is a time to avoid drama at all costs, especially when it comes to other people's stuff. Your sensitivity is on overload these days, and you're best served by keeping your distance. Your mantra today is not my circus, not my monkeys. All this drama will pass, and you will carry on unscathed and blameless. Whew. Oh my goodness. This was really interesting, especially because I normally shuffle the cards to see what we would get together, because maybe maybe someone else that's watching this is going through exactly how I'm feeling, and this is what they needed to hear, even though it is a lot of cards for an oracle deck, but like for an oracle deck draw. But basically this is like everything I'm feeling right now. And who is it? There's a YouTube channel I watch. I think it's Shanetta. I don't know if I'm pronouncing her name right, but Shanetta Divine Tarot. She just did a reading about the full moon in Pisces, and the pile I picked was pretty much, it felt pretty much spot on, where, you know, she was saying, you know, that some people thrive with the full moon energy, and other people like are really on the dark side of it. And like that's exactly how I feel. Like I feel like I am on the dark side of this full moon. I feel like I need to let go of trying to control things and just kind of flow, which is like what I think To the Sea said. But I just need to like believe in myself, and even though like I am like nervous about spending all this money when I possibly might not have a job, spending money might actually, you know, there's that saying, you got to spend money to make money. I feel like, you know, if I spend money to further my education, to up my skills up, and, you know, I don't know, I'm starting to feel like, you know, that would be the right choice. And I feel like I should buy a new car, even though like I'm just nervous about it. Obviously, I'm just definitely nervous about, you know, all this unknown. But I feel like the overlying like general concept of all this was just basically trust the universe and stop being like your own worst enemy is what I got from all that. So, okay, I'm gonna put them back in order, and I'm gonna do a shuffle for you guys. And I'll probably have timestamps in this video just because this video is crazy long, which is okay, because you know what? I know the tarot community loves these long videos. I mean, people really love to listen to, at least I do. I know that I watch and I listen to a bunch of different channels, and I hear what they have to say, and it's super interesting to listen to. So I'm hoping that, you know, maybe someone else had to hear this message. But I'm gonna shuffle, I'm gonna put these back in order, and I'm gonna shuffle, give them a really good shuffle, and see what we pull for maybe just like our message today. And yeah, okay. They are really kind of like, see how they like stick together? I wonder if I should put this back on auto focus. Okay. Yeah. That way I'll just make sure they're focused. But yeah, these cards are really thick, and I'm gonna have to like really give them a really good shuffle. I really needed to hear all that, and it's just, that was really awful. I'm not the best shuffler, and I say that in almost every single one of my videos, but it's so true. I'm really not the best shuffler at all. I'll get better. But I was gonna say, yeah, I really like feel like I needed to hear all that, which is just totally insane, you know? So let's see maybe what you guys, oh, okay, well, I'm gonna keep that one out. I'm only gonna pick two. That was kind of like weird, that one dropped out, so I mean, it might be something someone needs to know, but we'll just see for today. What do you guys need to hear? Oop. These are really sticking together. I'm wondering if with more use, if they will, I mean, they shuffle really good, but I'm just wondering if they will get more loose, if that makes sense. I don't know. Oops, okay. Oh, okay. So I got 3. So not for you, community, and a leg up. Really having trouble getting these back in the box straight. This is probably why people don't use boxes. A lot of people put them in bags, but okay, so we have not for you. Okay. I'll put timestamps for all these because the guidebook is so thick and in-depth that you could just pick which one you think you need to hear. Community. And a leg up. Okay, so number 6, number 8, number 34. Maybe those numbers resonate with you. If you want card 6, not for you, card 8, community, or card 34, leg up. Let's see what they say. So for number 6, not for you, essential message. A clear knowing that something is being denied you. Rejection is God's protection. The oracle message. There are times when it appears that no matter how deeply you desire something, no matter how hard you work at something, the result you seek always seems to elude you. It's as if you don't really get to be in the game, and you feel you're just watching from the sidelines. The appearance of this card indicates that you are not going to attain what you want right now, that indeed your dreams for that exact thing will not be fulfilled. I'm going to try to get this for you. Yeah. This is a time to radically accept that not everything is available to you when you want it. Take heart, for there will be benevolent forces who desire the best for you and have a much clearer idea of what is your highest good. Rejection is God's protection. Something much better that will make you truly happy is on the way. Trust it. Oh, geez, I really went out of focus there. Sorry, guys. All right. Let me... I'm going to try to hold it for you while I read the rest. I'll try not to move this time. Okay, so the relationship message is, some relationships carry an innate seed of failure in them. That is obvious from the beginning, but the red flags escape your observation or you refuse to acknowledge them. When a relationship is not meant to be, it is not possible to make it be. Rejection is a sign that you're being protected by the divine. If you are the one who must reject another, remember that you do so for both your sakes. For every pot there is a lid. This one may not be the best fit. Prosperity message. You can strategize and project and systemize and invest all your time and energy, but sometimes your best laid plans seem to go away in spite of it all. All your plans seem to go awry in spite of it all. Keep in mind that no effort is wasted. Fail fast and learn from defeat. Then keep going. You will eventually succeed, and although perhaps not at this game, not at this time, know when to fold your cards. And the protection message is, don't chase after what flees from you. Don't obsess over what eludes you. Don't bang your head against the wall. There is nothing romantic about what is unavailable, no prize given for torturing yourself, and nothing to be gained by refusing to see the red flags that have been waving at you since you began your pursuit. Now is the time to walk away. There are other goals, other loves, other games, other successes waiting for you. The way out of obsessing is radical acceptance and surrender. Spirit wants only the best for you. This is a sign that you have something much better waiting for you. Trust. So that is not for you, number 6. Okay. This is number 8, community. The essential meanings: belonging, being seen and understood by others, like-minded connections, a sense of family and friendship, knowing your place in the world. The Oracle's message: this card signals a new affiliation with a group. Humans are special, or are social creatures, and we are special as well, but we are social creatures and we need to know we are useful to our families and communities. In a community, everyone has an important function and feels like I matter. Membership is the group in the group provides a sense of belonging, of kinship, and of purpose that comes from working together for the greater fulfillment of all. Perhaps you are part of a spiritual community or an artistic one. Perhaps you are a learning community where you share your love and education. Regardless of its form or focus, your community brings you joy. You will be inspired by it and want to contribute to it. Your contribution may be as small as showing up or as large as becoming its leader. No matter your position in the group, your presence is needed. Relationship message: you're discovering the essential qualities that you share with another, and perhaps also those you don't share. There are times when you follow and the other person leads, and times when you lead and the other follows. The appearance of this card points to the importance of learning the proper dance between you and another, accepting the truth that everyone has flaws in part of that dance. Yet you are also being asked to be aware of the dynamics that you don't want to repeat. You're in the perfect place to make changes in order to experience the best version of who you can be together. Whenever you're in a community of like-minded others, there is a powerful opportunity to reap great abundance. It's essential to ask, what can I contribute, rather than what can I get from this? Figure out a need and look to fulfill it. Something meaningful will manifest. Even if what manifests is small, it is a sign that the doors of opportunity will swing open wider. There's also other meaning of this card to consider. Don't try to be all things to all people. Choose your role and be true to it, and serve from a sense of authenticity. There is no greater feeling of accomplishment than knowing you have purpose. Protection message: be aware of compromising your integrity in order to belong. How do you dim your light or change yourself so others will accept you to the group? Do you hide who you really are in order to play a role with the larger whole? This will never fulfill you. Now is the time to assess your willingness to be real. Stand tall, be you. Authenticity is true self-expression and the only way to empower yourself. Don't be afraid to be yourself and step into the role your heart tells you to take. Making yourself small bears too high a cost. So that was number 8, community. Card 2. And then card 3 is number 34, a leg up. So we have number 34, a leg up, 128. Number 34, a leg up. Essential meanings: receiving help, delegating authority, interdependence. The Oracle's message: you've come to a point where going it alone is no longer optimal for you. Life has a way of presenting you with the perfect people to align with who can give you a leg up during the next phase of your journey. Help comes to you in all the areas of your life where you need a boost. Oops. Let's focus there. The trick is to accept the aid so freely given. When you embrace interdependence, allowing teamwork and independence to commingle, miracles happen. Now is such a time. Relationship message: relationships that are healthy thrive on interdependence. It's important to recognize that you need others as much as they need you. You must allow people to support you just as you are there for them. This is a time to be vulnerable, to speak up about your needs, and to ask for them to be fulfilled. Trust. You will be met with kindness and love. Don't expect others to read your mind, though. Ask, and it is given. Prosperity message: now is the perfect time to seek advice from a mentor or business advisor who has been where you want to go to help you get there too. If you will receive very good counsel that will aid in your prosperity. It may also be a case that your endeavors have grown and you are in a position where you just can't do it all yourself anymore. Time to bring on those who can give you a leg up. Trust that help is available and it will indeed appear. Delegate authority to others so you can take steps towards your big dream. The perfect people arrive at the perfect time, so long as you step forward with just a mustard seed of faith. Protection message: are you always insisting on doing everything yourself? Do you have a little faith that help will come, convinced that the burden of the world is doomed to remain on your shoulders? Your belief about going it alone need to be discarded, as they do not serve you at all. Let others help you. Yes, it will make you feel vulnerable to admit you need a helping hand, but to be vulnerable is good. For you have a lesson to learn. You must let someone else assist. You can't do life all by yourself. Once you shift your expectations, you'll be amazed how quickly help arrives to give you a leg up. So that was card 3, number 34, a leg up. All right. So this is probably the longest unboxing I have done. Oh, I forgot I put it in manual. Focus again, but yeah, this has been the longest unboxing I have done, I think, ever. So I will probably put timestamps. I really hope you enjoyed hearing some of these messages, or hearing the messages that I needed to hear from my favorite numbers. Kind of interesting how that worked out. And once again, this is Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reid. I hope it inspired you or helped you in some way. And I'm really loving doing these little sit downs and talking about cards. So if you like them too, please make sure you give this video a thumbs up. And please consider subscribing if you're into card divination, if you are into tarot, oracle, Lenormand. Please go ahead, consider subscribing to this channel. I do plan on doing some maybe pick a card readings as well. And then also, if you're into other hobbies like flying and travel, festivals, fashion, different F words I talk about on my channel. I do talk about a lot of different things, including fulfill it yourself projects, ideas, and crafts. There's a lot of things that I like to talk about on this channel, so please consider being an F word lover and subscribing. Thanks so much for watching. I will see you in the next video. Peace.